All right, welcome to the party, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be now in the next step, which is testing the client agreement. Part of this is going to be parts 3 and 4. So we've already gone ahead and completed parts 1 and part 2. We're now going to go ahead and set up the email notifications and then the actual process of sending and testing the agreement. So that way you can make sure that it is good to go. Let's go ahead and get into part number 3, which is the email notifications. So the first step of this part is we are going to go ahead and import email templates that have already been created for you. Let me go and walk you through how this works. Okay. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we are going to go ahead and go over to marketing right over here. Okay. So there's marketing right over there. We're going to go ahead and click on marketing. From there, we're going to then go ahead and right here, put our mouse over emails and then go down to templates. Now, once we go down over here to templates, we're then going to come over here and click on new. And then we're going to go ahead and click on email marketing templates. Once we click on email marketing templates, it's going to go ahead and bring up, right, the template library. And you'll see that we've already gone ahead and created for you a number of templates. And so what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and import these. Now, sometimes it doesn't actually import, right? Sometimes you're clicking on it, it's like, what's going on here? What you have to do is you have to click on the title and then you got to click on the little eye icon over there. Okay. Now, again, don't worry about this over here. We're going to walk you through exactly what this is. For now, you just want to go in and you want to import them. So you continue. It's going to now go ahead and import that template for you. So we go ahead and give it a second. And we're now going to go ahead and actually repeat this process. So this first template, there's nothing that you have to edit. Okay. So I would urge you, just click save template and then go back. Okay. There's nothing that you have to edit because it's already been built out for you. Okay. So this is going to be the sign agreement template. So when you actually send the agreement to a client, this is going to be the email template that we'll show you how to link in just a second that is telling them to sign the agreement. Next up, let's go to new email marketing templates. You'll see now sometimes this image might change, right? So this gray image might change in the future, but what you want to know is just look at RWI, sign agreement, sign confirmation, and internal agreement notification, right? So the second one is the one we're going to go ahead and import. Boom, continue. We're going to go ahead and wait for that to go ahead and import into our account. Again, this is really the amazing benefit of the partnership that we've been able to create with ClientKit because it allows for us to be able to, we've already tested all these things. We already know how these work. We've already done a lot of the hard work. It's easy for us to just go ahead and import this into your actual account. So we go ahead and click save template from here. We then go ahead and click on back and we have to repeat this process for the last and third time, which is going to be new email marketing templates. Of course, down the future, you can see there's a whole bunch of other email marketing templates in here that have already been built out for you, but that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about the client agreements. Next up, we're going to go ahead and click on the title here. Third one is the charm. And we're going to go ahead and import that into your account just like that. Copy and paste, plug and play. Very, very easy to have into your account, right? Then we go ahead and click save. And then we go ahead and go back. Now, what you will notice is that you will see that in your email templates, you have each of these 3 email templates here. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and connect them to your actual client agreement. Okay, so we're going to go back over here to payments. We're going to go over here to contracts. We're then going to go ahead and click on all documents and contracts, and we're going to go ahead next and click on settings. Now, if you do not see that settings, be careful because if you are under templates, you'll notice that there is no settings there, right? So you have to be under contracts, all documents and contracts. It used to be called proposals, estimates, and contracts. So again, if they change the verbiage around it, don't freak out. It's just, sometimes that's what software companies do. They change their UI, but that is going to be where you got to look for settings. Once you get over here to settings, you're going to then go over here to customer notifications here on the left side. Okay. And what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that both of these toggles are turned on. Okay. And then what you're going to go ahead and do is from this drop down, you are then going to go ahead and select when it's document received, it's going to be sign agreement. And when it's document signed, it is then going to be signed confirmation. Okay. So again, just so you understand what's going on here is that when you first send out the agreement to the client, this is going to be the email, which again, we've already imported that template because we just walked you through that right now, which is the template we already created for you. That is going to go right there. And then the document signed, once that document has been signed, they're going to then get another confirmation email, and that is going to go right there. Again, just make sure it's signed agreement and then signed confirmation. Okay. Then we're not done yet because remember we had 3 of them. So again, we're following the guide. Everything is located inside the guide if you ever get lost. We're then going to go over here to team notifications on the left side. We're going to click on team notifications. And then this is going to be the notification that you as the team member are going to get. What is the email that's going to say, hey, the client has actually signed the agreement. So we're going to go over here, make sure that that is toggled on, right? So it's going to be blue. And then we're going to come over here and we have our third email template that again has already been prepared for you. You're just going ahead and activating it inside of the actual settings. And then you want to make sure you hit save. Now, you'll notice I made a mistake. I made a boo-boo. I did not hit save. That's very important. So let's go ahead and do this again. Sign agreement. I'm actually happy that happened. So you can actually see what happens when you don't hit save. Okay. So hit save on there. Very, very important. Okay. So you'll notice on here that they are in fact on their signed agreement, signed confirmation, and then internal agreement notification. Now, the beautiful part about this is that you really only have to do this once. And then once you have this done, we've literally designed the system. And this is the reason why we emphasize system, system, system. You don't want to have this hodgepodge, Frankenstein, duct tape, spider web kind of, software stuff going on, because then you don't have a system. We've designed this system so that way for you, it's going to be evergreen, meaning you only have to do this once for all of your contracts and all of your agreements. And guess what? You never have to do it again. Now, of course, when we get to the liability waivers and some of the other agreements, we'll walk you through this again, just in case you didn't follow the instructions properly. It's good, worth checking again. However, this is the reason why we've designed this as a system, okay? So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, now we've gone ahead and completed, right, email notifications, part number 3, okay? So we've completed this, and this right over here. Next up, let's go ahead and run through very quickly sending agreements, okay, which is going to be part number 4. Let's go ahead and walk through that very, very quickly. So whenever you now need to send an agreement, here are going to be the instructions, right? So let's say, for example, you have a client, you got a new client. How do you actually send them exactly what it is that needs to happen, right? This is what you do. You're going to go over here to payments. You then go down over here to contracts. You go over here to templates, okay? And then what you do is you go ahead and you click on these 3 dots. Be very careful. Don't hit delete because that's your template. You're going to come over here and click use template. Now, you could do it that way, or you could actually click into the actual document and then you could click use template here at the top right over here. So in this case, I'm going to just click use template here and you'll see what it's going to do. It's going to load for a second and it's going to actually make a copy of that. So that way it's ready to go. And then it's going to ask me here on the left side, who is the recipient of this? And so that's the reason why you're going to have your actual client in the system. Now, normally they're already going to be in the system, but let me actually show you what this looks like. So let me go back. And just as a heads up, if you don't know this, if you hold Command or Control on your keyboard, and then you hit the back button on the browser, it actually opens up in a new tab. Maybe you knew that, maybe you didn't know that, okay? But the point is that when you go over here to contacts, you have to make sure that whoever you're going to be sending that client agreement to is located here inside of the contacts, okay? Normally they might already be, but if they're not, you can go in and add them as a contact, okay? But normally if they've gone ahead and, text messaged you, they filled out a form, they went on your website, all that stuff, they're already going to be inside of contacts, okay? So let's go back over here. So let's say, for example, I'm going to go ahead and send this contract, this agreement to Elon Musk, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and select him as the primary client, okay? And remember how we got to this? We hit use template, right? That's how we got here. Now, you can actually have more than one recipient of the actual agreement. In this case, we're only going to have one. But let's say, for example, Elon Musk and, let's say Jennifer Lopez were, coming in together with this. So that would be together there. But in this case, it's just going to be Elon who's going to be here, okay? Then after that, once you've gone ahead and added a recipient, you're also going to go in and change the name of the agreement. Now, this is the reason why there is a method to the madness. This is the reason why there is a system here, is because this title is specifically designed to make it easy for you to be able to enter in the client's name. Why? Because all you need to do is you just come over here, okay? You just copy Elon's name, okay? And again, I'm just going to do that the hotkey shortcut that I know, which is Command C, okay? So I Command C, or, if you're going to right click and then you copy that way. And then what you do is you just come over here. Let me clear out the red for you. And you just go ahead and select the template, and then you just go ahead and Command V or Control V, paste. Boom, that's it, right? And so when you paste it, now you have Elon Musk, new client agreement, just like that, located right there. So that is the second part that you're going to do. You're going to change the client, you're going to change the agreement name. Next up, what you're then going to do is after that, you're going to come over here to the very top, and you're going to make sure that all of this part right here, right? So where it says the duration, where it says the program deliverables, the program cost, the payment terms, all of that, and also the insert program here, right? So is it personal training, semi-private, hybrid coaching? Is it 12 weeks? Is it 13 weeks, 24 weeks, whatever it might be? This is where you can now come in and actually make changes based off of what it is that you talk to the client about, right? So let's say Elon talked to me and Elon told me, you know what? I'm going to be signing up with you for private personal training, right? So private personal training. Okay. And he said that he's going to sign up for 12 weeks. And this is what's going to happen. I'm going to have these 4 things: customize exercise plans. Yep, I'm going to make that. So remember, this is how Elon is going to see it. This is how the client's going to see it. So you have to make sure that that is good. Now, Elon is pretty wealthy here. So I'm going to go ahead and charge him $5,800. And then the payment terms, he's going to do $5,800 paid in full, right? Or let's say, for example, he instead was going to be doing, let's say he was going to do hybrid coaching. So he's going to do hybrid coaching. And this was going to be ongoing monthly, okay? And he was going to pay, let's say $400 a month, okay? And then this was going to be paid $400 per month, paid on the first of the month, every single month, right? So then I might just go ahead and have it just like that, okay? And then once we have this, now you can go ahead and save. When you save, it is going to go ahead and get saved as a draft. And of course, if you go back over here to the document and the guide over here, so you'll see we do in the actual guide have some more details around, hey, what is program, what is duration, what is program deliverables, what is total program cost, right? So you can go ahead and look at that in there. I went ahead and gave you a little bit of a demo there. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is we can actually go ahead and click on send. Now, once we hit send, we have 2 options. We can either send via email, and that'll send him the email, or we can share via link. Okay, so here's another option. We can share via link. And you see when I click on share via link, I can click on generate links. And then what it's going to do is going to generate this link right here. And so then I could go ahead and copy this link. I could go back and I could find Elon Musk. And then I could go ahead and actually text messages him this thing. Boom, just like that. I say, hey, Elon, here's the link. Boom. Or I can, wherever it might be, I can go ahead and send him the link that way, right? And so there it says resend, or I could go ahead and click on view. And when I click on view, it'll actually show me what Elon is going to see on his side. Okay, so it shows me exactly what Elon is going to see on his side. And obviously Elon's going to click on start filling it out. And then he's going to be able to go ahead and proceed through the entire process that way. And so primarily, he's going to have to come over here and do this signature, right? So again, I'm just showing you some of the features that are on here, right? And then if you click on this, you can actually undo that. You can take it away from Elon again, and you can move it to draft. You could do that as well, okay? Or you could go ahead and click on resend. And then obviously there is the options again to send via email or to share via link. Now, what we would recommend, now that you've gone ahead and done this, what we would recommend is that we would recommend that you go in and add yourself as a contact here, okay? So let's say, for example, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to add a contact. And let's say, for example, my name was John Doe, okay? I'm going to add myself, john@gmail.com. And I'm going to add my phone number, right? So 415, add this number here. Let's see, I got to add a real number here. Okay, so let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Okay, cool. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit save. Okay, and so I got John Doe. Let's say that's myself, hypothetically. And then I'm going to go ahead and actually test the entire system by actually sending a copy over to me. Okay, so I'm going to go over here, go over to templates. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to then go ahead and click on use template. I'm going to then go ahead and when it shows me the recipients here on the left side in just a second, I'm then going to go ahead and click on here, John Doe, right? And then I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go ahead and paste my name there. And then from there, I'm just going to go ahead and save. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit send. And then I'm going to go ahead and send it to myself and see what it actually looks like. And then you want to read through the agreement. Does it look good, right? And then also test out, hey, make some changes on here, right? And see if it actually looks good. See if everything works out. It's very important that you test the agreement so that way you can see how it's going to look for your clients. Now, just a quick reminder, we will be helping you set up automations for this. There is something called workflow automations if you are on the ClientKit Pro plan, which you must be because I do not believe that this feature of the actual contracts and agreements is in the starter plan because obviously if you're already using agreements, that's going to be something that is for paid clients. So that means you have paid clients. So that means you are a professional. But anyways, the point being is that you will be able to set up advanced automations down the road. We'll walk you through this, but this was just the foundational pieces of getting the initial pieces in place. Beautiful. So ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, that is now the entire step-by-step process of creating the client agreement, testing the client agreement. We went ahead and walked you through how to edit it in the Google Docs. We walked you through how to actually go ahead and build it inside of ClientKit, how to set up the email notifications, the templates that we've already provided, as well as how to actually send the agreement when the time comes to send the agreement. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. By the end of this, you now have your client agreement rocking and rolling. That is a massive achievement. And the biggest thing I want you to remember is that this is a skill. This is something that you're putting in your toolbox as a business owner. So that way you understand and you know whenever for the rest of your life, for the rest of your career, you need a client agreement, congratulations. You now understand and you now know how to actually create a client agreement for the rest of your business career. Congratulations. So with that being said, we're going to go on and continue with some of the other legal agreements that are on there. We will catch you in the next training section.